each and one of you for attending the wedding celebration. In spite of the weather, you are indeed participating in one of the happiest moments of their lives. And your very presence here as honored guest and his family not only heightens this moment for them, but it completes it. And they thank you for being here. You may be seated. We're gathered together here to witness the coming together of two people whose hearts and spirits are already entwined as one. In fact, those of you who know Paulo and Mariana best can also attest to the love for one another and to the unlimited hopes and dreams and goals that they share. So it's only appropriate when we have a love of this magnitude that we do also have an open and public demonstration of their love, such as this wedding ceremony. And so it is now that Paulo and Mariana now desire to profess before God, before their honored guests and their family, of their desire to henceforth walk the road of life together. Do you, Paulo, know this woman's love for you and returning it, relies in her strengths and willing to learn from them, and recognizing her weaknesses and accepting them? Do you take Mariana as your lawful wedded wife? I do. Mariana, do you know this man's love for you and returning it, relies in his strengths and willing to learn from them, and also recognizing his weaknesses and accepting them? Take Paulo as your lawful wedded husband.
I do.
Then I'd like to ask the groom's parents to please stand for a moment. Our groom's family, the family, I think. Let me ask you this question. Do you sanction this marriage with your blessings and also receive with love Mariana as a member of your family? You may be seated. And the bride's family, if you'd stand, please. You sanction this marriage with your blessings and also receive with love Paulo as a member of yours?
Yes, I do.
Then you may be seated. And throughout our time of tradition, it's always very enthusiastic about it. Throughout our time of tradition, it's always been a distinct honor for someone to present the bride in marriage. Whose honor is that today?
Mine.
I'd like to give your daughter a kiss on the cheek. Shake Paulo's hand. Now, before you sit down, Pop, can I have the immediate parents, the parents of both Paulo and Mariana, stand up again, please? It won't be the last time they tell you when to stand and sit down, please. But on behalf of Paulo and Mariana, they've asked me to publicly express on behalf of both of them just a few words of thanks for everything you four have done to help make this moment possible. I understand that between your marriage and your marriage has been 45 combined years of marriage. As within those years of marriage, that you have demonstrated to two of these, the meaning of love and respect and commitment. And with those gifts that you bestowed upon the two of these, they now come to exchange together. So it's very much a tribute to you all that they stand here today. It's not just their love that brings them to this point in their lives, but also your love for them. They thank you, and I thank you. You may be seated. Paulo and Mariana, as you two prepare to pledge your vows each to the other, let me remind you that no other vows are more sacred, and no other words are more tender than those you're about to assume. They're meant to last a lifetime. So may you both live a long and happy life upon this earth together. Bless you. Now, Paulo, if you look into the eyes of the one that you love. Paulo, this woman whom you hold by the hand is to be your wife. She has given you one of the most sacred things under heaven, a woman's life and a woman's love. She will look to you for support, for loyalty, and for understanding. Do you vow here as your promised Mariana that you will be true and loyal, that you will be patient in sickness, and comforting in sorrow, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only unto her, so long as you both shall live?
I do.
Mariana, do you take this man that you hold by the hand to be your husband? For it's upon your life, your love, and your devotion that he will lean upon for strength and inspiration. He's going to look to you for encouragement, for cheerfulness, and for confidence. You vow here as your promise, Paulo, that you'll be loyal in adversity, ministering to him in affliction, comforting in sorrow, and forsaking all others, keep yourself only unto him, so long as you both shall live.
I do.
The wedding rings, please. Very nice. Paulo and Mariana. I want to remind you very briefly of the symbolism of the wedding rings. They are intentionally made of precious metal to represent the precious love that is shared between the two of you. And of course the circular to represent the unbroken circle of love. The love is freely given. There's no beginning or no end. May God bless these rings and the two of you who wear them. May you always abide in his peace and continue in his favor. Amen. All right. Place it there, look at her, and repeat after me. Mariana, with this ring, I thee wed.
Mariana, with this ring, I thee wed.
So the world may know my love for you.
So the world will know my love for you.
I pledge to honor you with all that I have
I pledge to honor you with all that I have
and all that I will become.
and all that I will become.
Paula, with this ring, I thee wed.
Paulo, with this ring, I thee wed.
So the world may know my love for you.
So the world will know my love for you.
I pledge to honor you with all that I have
I pledge to honor you with all that I have
and with all that I will become.
and with all that I will become.
We will now celebrate the union of these two come in one by the sand ceremony. I invite the mothers to bring the sand up. Paula and Mariana, you've just pledged your relationship and exchanged your vows by giving and receiving rings. The covenant is a relationship pledged between two people who agree that they will commit themselves to each other for the rest of their lives. Today, this covenant is symbolized through the pouring of two individual containers of sand into one single container. As these two containers of sand are poured into the third, they will be joined together as one, representing your love and your marriage. Just as these grains of sand can never be divided, neither shall your love be divided. Now, for as much as Paulo and Mariana have consented together in holy wedlock, and have witnessed the same before God in this company, and have pledged their faith each to the other, and declared the same by the joining hands and giving receiving rings, I now pronounce them husband and wife. Paulo, you may kiss your beautiful wife. Will you all please stand for the formal introduction? Ladies and gentlemen, will you please welcome for the very first time as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Paolo Graziano. Kiss again.